caught in a flood and burst up. My cell phone had a warning, but I still go. The sky opened up, heaven came down, and then hell rose up and turned the water brown. I swam in the Gulf of Mexico, in Oahu out in Shark's Cove. I saw Niagara Falls with Jeff Rowe. It was a 4-day tour, but I never came home. I ate boiled peanuts in FLA, then I drove up the coast behind a hurricane. I played a show in Brooklyn with the lights out, and then 3 months later the ceiling fell down. Bruce Springsteen, New Jersey, Trenton and Clifton and Asbury, Charlotte, North Carolina, fried pickles in the summertime. And you know I love the Milestone and them old punk rockers from broken homes. Summer night, Louisville, Magnolia bars, Cicada Crew, Indiana sunset. I got just $50 left in my pocket. It was Virginia, 1983. I saw Jaws 3 in 3D. In 2017, I watched the Super Bowl in Myrtle Beach. On the 11th floor of an off-season suite, I saw Tom Brady make history. It was a sweet American dream. And I played some shows in Tennessee, Nashville, Johnson City. I had a Smoky Mountain afternoon, hanging out in Memphis at Payne's Barbecue. So thank you to St. Louis, all the Illinois and the whole Midwest, for helping me tour on through. No one can ever say we never paid our dues. And I broke down in Chicago with English Louise and my Astro. At an auto shop in the barrio, they had a car show and tacos. And I dove into Lake Michigan. I played a VFW in Leyland. I drove to Kalamazoo because I couldn't swim. Dennis Rodman, Detroit Pistons, Motown, Rock City, it's called the D. Eating pepperoni pizza down at Buddy's. Played Corktown on them cobblestone streets. You gotta park out back with security. It was RoboCop 1989. Clarence Boddicker doing lines. Oh, Meg White, Jack White, white stripes down the river at Clementine. So I packed up the van and I headed west, out to Iowa, Cedar Rapids. Played a basement show and tore it down, 'cause they don't fuck around in Cedar Rapids town. I had a dream of Colorado, then I woke up there in a Walmart in my snow-covered van. I spent 3 nights in Fort Collins, right after the Boston bombing that I heard about in Kansas. Had a roadside buffet with Jesus. You know I died for freedom of speech and the right to defend myself from tyranny. And it was a sweet American dream. And I don't know much about DC, but I played a show in Reno, 2 Fugazis. They said if you're looking for a show, you can email me. And then they jumped in a van and they flew back east. Because yippee-ki-yay, we all die hard, just like Amarillo Cadillac cars. And every state line's gonna leave a scar, like the broken guitar from a dead rock star. And then down on the road in Texas, they eat Texas shake waffles for breakfast. And I never done played South by Southwest, but I played in the streets for the vagrants, and I ran from the water in Houston. I had to dodge a mass shooting. I'm a crisis actor who's never been paid. Well, good goddamn CIA. And I met Slash out in LA, in the San Fernando Valley on a Friday. He said, I like your music, it makes me angry. And then he played his guitar in a bowling alley. I was in Berkeley, California for an earthquake. Epicenter El Cerrito, but it kept me awake. And if Mario Savio were alive, he'd say, oh, hey, what's the matter with kids today? 'Cause it's mighty cold in SF Bay. I played a protest for the NSA. I occupied Oakland on a Tuesday. I had to run down San Pablo to MLK. I was headed down south for my getaway, and I got drunk in Cancun, and Senor Frogs floated in a balloon. I saw the federales, the boys in blue, and I made love to a prostitute, and it was a sweet American dream, American dream. And I was flying down I-80 to the Great Salt Lake from Laramie. I had a 2-night stand at the garage on Beck. Why, thank you, Utah Phillips. $200 guaranteed, singing next to the refinery. I was headed up to the Pacific Northwest, and them black-haired beauties in the green forest. Seattle from Bremerton, Puget Sound, Washington, and old Montana. You can make me cry, just like a mountain lion in the middle of the night. And I camped out on the Yellowstone, on a hot spring and a dirt road. I drew a line in the sand on the Oregon coast, in the state of Jefferson, in a country of gold. Smoking rainbow, I was just running out of gas in Shantico, where everyone you meet fights a hard battle, said Ian McLaren, not Plato. Though he might have stolen it from Aristotle, I had to look it up on Google. So be all you can be, not with Socrates, but in the army. And New Hampshire said, live free or die. I was driving under Arizona sky. It was just like Ellis Island on the 4th of July. 120 Fahrenheit. And I got love for Mexico, green chili shit rocking the Navajo. You can see me on the side of the road, Instagram and photos. Portland, Maine, Geno's, drawing Louis Rossignol, and it's a bomb cyclone, Vermont Maple Rodeo. I took a Chinatown bus down to Baltimore. I was 1,500 miles from Mount Rushmore. I had a Statue of Liberty as my escort. We went to Gettysburg, had a Civil War. In Morrisville, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, seen a coal mine in West Virginia, saved the Bear River, smoking Oklahoma at the high-low. I was looking for a more tornado. I came mighty close to Alaska, Prince Rupert, British Columbia, and Christopher McCandless, I wanna thank ya. In the wild, wild country when it ain't taught, nobody ever dies in vain. And on the day you died, freedom rang, and it was a sweet American dream, American dream. And I never made it to New Orleans, but I saw Kanye West on the TV. In the coast of Louisiana, between Baton Rouge and Alabama, I had crawdads on my newspaper with my Boston accent, I'll tell ya. You can't pocket half a yard, motherfucker, or nor would I ever wanna. And I saw Mary Lou Lord in Central Square. She was singing on the subway, then she disappeared. I took the red line to the green line to Leechmere. I saw Kurt Cobain nowhere. And I met a girl from Chino at the Big Red Barn in Oswego. And we got it on in the back of my van, because good goddamn, I'm an American man. Then my uncle moved to Ohio. I met him at Sandusky at the Cracker Barrel. He paid the bill, slipped me a C-note. We shot the shit and I hit the road. I played in Omaha at the Sydney with Michael Schlesinger in the TVA, booked by my friend Zachary, because Zach really knows how to party. And I spent a couple nights in Atlanta. Oh, drove all over Georgia and oh, Dakota. It's colder than Minnesota. I sang an Irish song in St. Paul. Oh no, it ain't Minneapolis at all. I saw Juliette Lewis at a Hollywood ball. Had to jump a Canadian border wall. I had my court papers with me to say I was arrested a couple times in 1998. It was my misspent youth and I'm really sorry. They said, hey, welcome to Canada, A. So I played from Halifax to Toronto, P.E.R.L.A., Montreal, Vancouver to Palomino, Calgary, Edmonton, Kamloops. But the left and the right got a Colombo with irony and a snowball. But like Tupac and Biggie Smalls, whoever shoots first is the second to fall. Brown shirts, red shirts, building walls. And I spent the night in Mississippi at a hotel room in Biloxi. I was so tired when I fell asleep. I had this most incredible dream. Said Martin Luther King, when will we allow freedom to ring? Well, it rings every day when a child sings. Well, it rings every day when a child sings. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty.